Let's do business with me, Beverly Broohm. Government is said to have achieved its target in the domestic debt exchange program. It's coming after the Finance Ministry secured more than 80% participation by bondholders. This is what Joy Business has picked up from persons with knowledge of the program. George Riafe has the rest of the story.
Joy Business understands that this might be as a result of what is being described as significant participation by all the major commercial banks, firms in the securities industry, and the insurance companies, as well as institutional investors. We also gathered that there was some significant individual bondholders that participated in this offer. Just before the domestic exchange program closed last Friday, we had picked up that in terms of monetary value, government had bonds tendered in worth more than 90 billion Ghana cedis. However, we understand that this doesn't include pension funds, or let's say pension funds had been excluded from the offer, and government was still able to hit its target for the program. There were initial concerns that the Finance Ministry will struggle to meet the 80% target when all the bonds that are linked to pension funds are excluded. But what will happen to these pension funds that has been excluded from this domestic debt exchange program? Well, an announcement is expected later today in terms of giving the fine details of this domestic debt exchange program. A breakdown on the various subscriptions from institutional to individual bondholders. We'll also get a fair idea in terms of what is next for government now that it has been able to hit its target under this domestic debt exchange program. Whether Ghana could be on track to secure the IMF program by the end of the first quarter of this year.
Meanwhile, finance lecturer at the University of Ghana Business School, Professor Lord Mensah, has described the preliminary results indicating over 80% subscription by bondholders as surprising but laudable. He, however, insists the government should cut down on its expenditure.
And if we are using 5, let's say 2.5 months to achieve a target of 80%, it means we've done well. Initially, my thought was maybe we are in a rush because looking at the data from the IMF website, all the debt exchange that we've had globally never, used a compressed time of 3 months or 2 months to achieve, their target. So for me, 80% within 2.5 months looks promising. But then also, we could have hit the 100% target if we are to allow ourselves some time.
Okay.
Because the investor consumption and then digestion of information is quite slow. You don't put things out there for the investor to respond immediately. Sometimes they may have to consult, sometimes they may have to look at the happenings and then the evolutions to see whether they are better off hooking onto the debt exchange or not. But we are lucky, the concentration of our investment community as far as our government bonds are concerned is in institutional hands. And so the clustering has helped us in a way. And it has also sped up, the target that government is looking for. So it's a good sign, if I should put it down there. I'm expecting more from the government on the sacrifices the government needs to do to give certain levels of assurance to the public. We shouldn't look at the bondholders alone. It's a state, it's an entire country in general. My worry has always been the the post-debt exchange and the possible fiscal space that we can create, how we take advantage of it, and then utilize it very well to revert the economy back to, form that will please, the people.
Away from that, Ghana's oil production will grow slightly in the near term, with crude oil and other liquids production increasing from 144,000 barrels per day in 2022 to almost 150,000 barrels per day in 2024. That's according to Fitch Solutions projection. Now, this projection follows recent investments by Tullow Oil. Here's more in this report.
Solutions said the investment to propel this moderate growth
consists of a multi-year drilling campaign at the Jubilee and Chinabua Inyira in Tomet fields, which currently account for approximately 80% of Ghana's upstream output. In 2022, Talos investment included 4 new wells. However, in 2023, Talo plans on introducing 6 wells, which will come online by the third quarter. These investment Fitch Solutions believe will enable Ghana's oil industry to reverse natural declines and moderately boost short-term production, with production at the Jubilee field expected to exceed 100,000 barrels per day in 2024. Meanwhile, Ghana's oil production outlook is hanging in the balance amid the delay of the Pecan oil field development. The Pecan oil field has come under dispute since Russian invasion of Ukraine. According to Fitch Solutions, Aker Energy has been hesitant to put forward its updated plan for development to the Ghanaian government and commit to final investment decision.
Energy strategist Dr. Yusuf Suleimana has been reacting to this development.
Ghana, we have been in this business, active production of, oil in commercial quantities for almost a decade. And we haven't been able to cross the 200,000, barrels per stream day mark. That is quite unfortunate. With 3 fields running actively, and then we are still struggling to cross that. And so the expectation was that these incoming fields or new players that are coming to the scene would have been an opportunity for us to, it would have been an opportunity to catapult Ghana beyond the 200 or even 500,000 barrels in the near future. So a development such as that it only adds to uncertainties that we have. So it means that we just have to depend on our, current players, the 3 players the 3 fields that we have, which is championed by 2 players, ENI and then Talu, to champion our production requirement. And this is actually not, if you look at what is the the problem that they are having, it's not actually peculiar to Ghana. As a matter of fact, investment into the well of hydrocarbon, especially in the upstream, is being constrained. We are talking about, before COVID, oil prices were around $65, dollars per barrel, and we had huge capital investment, going into the fields. Now we are talking about, 85. It is in the 80s. Oil prices are within the 80s, yet investment is not coming to the oil fields. So that is very strange. And it is in the larger context of the constraint.
The Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors has denied reports that some of its members are threatening to not review their license as a result of the Gold for Oil program. The report indicated that the said planned action was as a result of threats the program poses to the operations going forward. But speaking on the marketplace, Chief Executive of the Chamber, Dr. Patrick Kweku-Ofori, said the report should be disregarded, but he, however, revealed that his outfit is considering further engagements on challenges associated with the government's program.
I don't think the bulk oil distributors are saying that the current structure will disrupt their operations, or that is why they are threatening to boycott that. That statement, to the best of my knowledge, is not coming from us, and then also not our members. We've created an enabling environment and an engagement program currently going on that our members are making input into the structure to ensure that we can help use the existing structure to achieve the market, the key potential risks that we face, which is FX liquidity and its availability and the price and its impact on the pricing. And as we all can see, if this program is to achieve the needed rollout and the buy-in, and all our members are able to roll on to the program, the main fundamental problem that we face, that the BOG step in to do the forest auction, will be addressed, and then also our major risk, which is the FS availability, can easily be dealt with. So currently, I think it's still an ongoing process, and what came in was not the quantity that we all expected, and I think it could not even supply 15 to 20% of the market, and those are the reservations that some of our members have and the modalities that we are still journeying with the key stakeholder leading the transaction to ensure that all other reservations and inputs are taken into consideration to ensure a smooth running of the operation. But from the best of my knowledge, none of our members have threatened not to pay their license fee, since we know for us to even be able to participate and operate, we'll first require to pay your license, and then that gives you the legal mandate for you to conduct business.
Society presidents of Kuapa Cocoa Cooperative Cocoa Farmers and Marketing Union are accusing its president, Fatima Lee, of financial malfeasance of over 3.8 million cedis in 1 month. According to the group, between October and November 2022, over 2 million cedis of the amount was spent on what they call ways and means and a private business venture jointly owned by the president and other officials of the company. Though a Kumasi High Court has reinstated the president, who was suspended by the National Executive Committee, the group says it will pursue the case to a logical conclusion. Nana Yaljima was at the press conference of the group and filed this report.
According to documents from the group, 56,880 cedis was unjustifiably spent between October and November 2022. Meat products for staff and farmers in the Christmas season amounted to over 500,000, with security taking over 250,000 cedis. President for the Nkoko Society is questioning the use of 431,000 cedis of the company's money to compensate the legal representative of the president in court. The group is calling for immediate prosecution of the substantive case of embezzlement.
Na yesre empanimfo ene Ghana ban se Kuapa Cocoa ehwe adwumayefo bro 100,000.
We are pleading with government. The company has over 100,000 people working here, and we can't watch one person collapse it.
Ene Ghana ban ene IGP any Attorney General say sase media onhwe se de kuadwuma esifatie na kuafo.
We want government, IGP and Attorney General to ensure that all documents in their possession is taken to court immediately. We must know the truth.
Yes, sir, omumaye enkokoto animanimu ya na enye adwuma na yehu nokure wom esan say
And that's all for business this evening. But for more business news, you can log on to myjoyonline.com/business. I want to take this opportunity to wish my colleague Emma Davis a happy birthday. We love you, Emma. Good evening.